Alright, so Rooftops and Alleyways is finally out. I'm pretty sure every content creator has made their own video on this, covering the basics and all that kind of stuff that everybody knows about at this point. What I want to do is look into how much of your own style can you create in this game? How creative can you be? How much like weird stuff can you come up with, given the physics that are in the game? So yeah, let's get into it. So immediately I found a rail, and it's already given me some ideas for some kind of hop from the roof. See if you can land directly on this rail. Could you hop from rail to rail as well? Do lots of like really hard stuff like that. That's the stuff that I look for in these sort of games. Try and push these games to the limits. So let's give it a go. Right, so here we are. If you press LB, you'll kind of load a jump, and it's just a case of figuring out what the right distance is to get to this rail. Oh wow, first try, okay. So that actually works. I'm impressed. I wasn't sure if it could like glitch through or do something weird. I wonder if you could like jump from there to here, angle it to this rail, land pinpoint, then over to that one. It's probably a lot to ask. I've just basically started playing the game, so I'm not very good at it. But it's worth a try, right? Well, we hit the rail at least. Oh. Pretty sweet, to be honest. Okay, so I feel a bit more relieved. I wasn't sure if this was going to be like a primarily like trick lining sort of game, or like the environments are built in such a way that you kind of have to do everything a set way that the designer or the creator of the game figured out, but I think there's plenty of scope to do your own weird stuff around here. Yeah, like... not bad. You see, if this was a skate or BMX game, this would be like bonk potential. I guess you can run on top of them, maybe. Oh, interesting. Okay. Okay, so if we tried to up the difficulty a bit, could we do like a cartwheel and a flip and land on that rail, maybe? Sweet. I need to do something cool off it, but still. Interesting. I'm not sure if we can like stop facing 180. I don't know if there's... Again, I'm kind of new to playing it, so I don't know all the quirks, but I don't know if there's a way you can like land sideways or a different angle. When you jump, you can have a limited turning ability. I don't think you can like 180. I suppose there's ways you could get up this as well. So yeah, as you may have guessed, that's probably the way I'm going to play this game. Like, try and figure out big gaps to like really precision landings, I think. More than like trick lining kind of stuff. Well, I guess that's kind of the point of parkour, like flowing through obstacles and things like that, but maybe in terms of the way I want to play, I kind of want to, I don't know, see what I can do with that sort of stuff. That's interesting as well, like going through a hole and landing, having a precision landing. Yep, it works. Sweet. Nice. Nice. Okay, I keep saying nice after each trick, it's getting annoying, but still, like, the things that are coming into my head, I can do them, which is a very good sign for this sort of game. Sometimes these games can be a bit broken or jank and they don't quite work how you want them to. Definitely not getting that vibe with this one, so that is a very good sign. It is funny though, like I'm kind of playing this how I would play, say, Streets, trying to gap from like skinny ledge to skinny ledge and things like that. I do like the 360s, they're really nice. It's kind of a nice, especially if you're doing like a precision landing, there's something about adding that little element. Oh dear. Oh wow. I noticed it says wall slide there if you run into a wall, so it is actually a trick. I wonder how long does that count for? Like, can you just slide all the way down a wall? Whoa. What? Interesting. Okay, yeah, so it does slide a little bit and then it kind of cancels and you just stop falling. I do need to figure out the tricks a bit more, so yeah, apologies for this first video. It's probably going to be fairly basic in terms of trick selection, but it is what it is. Right, let's try a bit higher, see what happens. I get the feeling he's going to bail. Okay, yeah, too high. So maybe there's some way of like tapping off of it, or another kind of trick which will cancel that out maybe. Okay, so instead of like landing precise, you can roll off of it. So that's an interesting kind of other way of doing it. Guess can't bonk a tree, right? Damn, this would be a pretty hard challenge to kind of get it right every time. Well, it was a nice try. Just looking at this tree, it looks like it's levitating. It's stuck to the ground, but it's like swaying up and down as well. Well, the pole's in an uncomfortable position, but you can do precision things off of that as well, which is pretty nice. Pretty nice how you can put tricks in between the like striding as well. One thing I noticed in controls and vaulting and climbing, it says jump to a new ledge when hanging on a ledge. You press A to do that, but from what I can see, all it does is... Okay, glitched out. Press A, he just gets up. Is there a way of jumping from that position, say behind? Because one thing I'd like to see a little bit more of is kind of changing directions a bit more. Like, I don't know, run into a wall, kick off it, and jump up into something else. Like, I'd like to run up, kick off this wall, back onto here. So even if you have a wall in front of you, you can kind of keep the flow up. Because as far as I know, there's no way of kind of bouncing off of things or kind of changing direction really easily. Like, yeah, A just seems to pick me up. Okay, while we're here, for the sake of it, actually it's not going to work, is it? We'll do it on the fly, test my skills. Oh god, the pressure. Oh, it worked. Okay. So this is high enough. It slopes down a little bit. That's too far down for it to work, I guess. Just flying around looking at spots to try and get ideas. I guess one thing I would say is the maps are a little bit basic. Like, everything's very much 90-degree angles everywhere. Well, obviously the game's in early access and it's still being worked on, but say if there was more like curved objects, or just kind of more a bigger variety of weird stuff everywhere. That would maybe help when it comes to being kind of creative and that side of things. So that's kind of what I get looking at this as it is. Yeah, so you can kind of mix and match, which would make some interesting kind of combinations and stuff. Like stride in the middle, hit that left side, hit the right side as well. Those sort of like weird combinations which kind of add difficulty. Threading the needle a little bit. What I want to do is have like a quick turnaround as well. I don't think there's any way to just sort of flip like 180, so you could immediately like keep the flow going and jump up or something like that. Anything interesting we can do off of this? Guess not. I will try going back, but I probably shouldn't, right? Okay, maybe I should. Okay, no good. Anyway, I just thought I'd have a quick look at this. It's still like 2 days since it came out, so I'm very early at it. I'm still trying to figure stuff out. But as you can see, there's definitely plenty of scope for like creativity, I think. Can definitely attack things from a different angle, and that's kind of what I want in these games, otherwise I won't keep playing them. And of course there's 2 other maps as well, so I may go visit those and see what other weird stuff there is out there. Anyway, let me know what you think. Let me know what you think about the game as well, playing it yourself. And yeah, I kind of want to get a feel for how people are feeling about this. From what I can tell, it feels great. Like, it's very bug-free, very solid, so I'm looking forward to seeing where this goes in the future. Anyway, enough talk. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.